for what's coming, or for a fire if it comes, or for an emergency. I want to start off first by just, can anybody give me a description, in your own opinion, what is defensible space? Just raise a hand if you know what defensible space is.
An area that won't burn in front of your house.
Okay, all right, so.
It's also accessible and you have
Defend
water
your
source.
fire.
Okay, so here's part of the problem I see. As a fireman, part of what I do as my whole life was public education. Part of public education is getting a consistent message out, which is clear and easy for everybody to understand. And
Someone rode their bike down the hill.
someone's petting the dogs.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
And so one of the things that I've realized and seen what's going on, you've got Firewise has definitions. Cal Fire has definitions. Local communities have definitions. The state legislature has different definitions. So there's a whole bunch of different definitions out there for defensible space. And part of the confusion with defensible space is there's no clarity in it. So one of the things I would like to do is help clarify defensible space. It's very, very, very easy. It is fire prevention. Defensible space is fire prevention. We are preventing fire from, one, the fire that's in the vegetation or the urban interface, what we call, from getting to your house. Number two, if your house turns into what we call a structure fire, your house catches fire like houses burn down all year round, regardless of where it may be. We don't want your structure fire, your house on fire, to catch the forest on fire. So defensible space prevents the fire from getting to your house, or if your house catches on fire, prevents you from burning the neighborhood down. So there's two aspects to that, but at the simplest form, it's fire prevention. His sprinklers, fire prevention. Prescribed burning, fire prevention. Removing the brush, fire prevention. And so we need to look at it as it's a fire prevention is what we're going after. And we're trying to prevent that fire, which we have to live with. It's going to be around us as part of life in California. It's part of life in certain areas in the country. It's part of life all over the world. Australia, for example, the outback, the bush, they let it burn. They went through a period where they didn't. They had catastrophic fires like we're doing. Burning is one of the best things. I'm a huge proponent of it. I love what Cordy's doing. I'd love to see Placer County be the #1 county in California for prescribed burning. I'd love to have all the homeowners out here burning, because the more that we burn, the more that we work together as a community, the more that, as I'm on the land clearing side, with the hardening side, and we can come together, we can save neighborhoods, we can save these communities. And as you guys, as homeowners and property owners, you guys come together to help each other out. Because I'll tell you what, there's not enough firemen. There's not enough of me anymore. And there is a shortage of firemen in California. And so there could be a time when there could be a fire. For example, if you have a big fire like Palisades, and then another fire happens in Chico, the state doesn't have enough firefighters. There's too many resources. There are too many fires and not enough resources. So these are the things that have to be considered when you're looking at your defensible space needs and your plans. Remember, it's fire prevention, and the big picture is your whole neighborhood and your community. Because one person alone can't do it all themselves. Number one, it would cost a fortune, and that's not going to be enough. But what I really like to see is, as these groups are, as you guys are coming together to help each other out, put together days where you guys can come together. Let's clear Mr. Smith's yard, and then maybe we'll help the Joneses. And we can go through, and then by the end of the next year or whatever, you guys have had a huge impact on your community for very low cost. It's not complex in regards to cleaning the trees, the brush, and everything like that. We just need to get back to doing it and working together, and then helping each other to understand. When it comes to things like such as 40 and that, prescribed burn, it's very simple for homeowners to learn and to do and to remove the fear out of. Once you've done a burn, it's going to be very easy. Once you understand the defensible space, the home hardening, that 0 to 5 zone, the 5 to 20, or 5 to 30, the 30 to 100, and understand all of that, those all have real world practicality uses. And also, those are just the minimums. Those zones 0, 1, 2, and 3, as I forgot your name. Lisa had mentioned, she extended that out to 10 feet. That is great. That 0 to 5 is just the bare minimum. And that's what the state will look at just as having a criteria. I recommend to some people, it goes over. And it all depends on your home, your topography, the lay of your land, the trees, the vegetation, everything around you. So there's a lot of different components to that. But it can be very simple and it can be very easy. And it doesn't have to be this giant burden. Does anybody, as I'm pretty much everybody's familiar with the zones and understands the zone 0, 1, 2, 3, and all of that. Do you guys understand what those are, the purpose of those zones and what they're designed to provide?
Everyone has this in their home. It's so exciting.
So,
okay, that's the zone around the property.
Everything,
What I
yeah.
want to know is the zones that they talk about on the television. This zone is for, immediate evacuation. This zone.
yeah, so what that is that's part of a different program for zone alarm or zone alert, whatever that is. I can't remember. And that's for an evacuation.
Yeah, but if you don't know what zone you're in, what good does it do?
Well, exactly.
I mean, you need that information, and I think I saw it somewhere recently.
And again, this is some of the things that I'm starting to see coming into this space and seeing. There is a lot of, there's not a lot of unified command in essence. There's not, this government agency doesn't talk to this government agency, doesn't talk to this city agency, doesn't talk to this homeowners association. So one of the things I'm seeing as I'm coming out and doing these conversations and talking to the public and communities is there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of confusion, because one thing right now to understand about defensible space in these zones is these are all recommendations at this point. These aren't laws. There's no fines at the moment. There's no legal restrictions upon them. And as somebody else mentioned, they will be coming. The reason why they're coming, it's not coming to save your house. The state doesn't care if you have defensible space and you lose your house. It's revenue generation. They can fine you for not cleaning up your brush. They can make money off of you. So they will look at it as a revenue generation tool instead of for saving the property. So if we don't do the work ourselves, the state will come in, they'll create a law, and they'll force us to do it. So by having these groups, these meetings, by everybody coming together fire-wise, or just even neighborhoods together, we can get together and prevent that and get ahead of the fire to prevent anybody from having to have fines, anything of that nature. And as other people have talked about, it's about getting ahead of it and being prepared for that fire. In my career of 25 years, I have seen so much. I have talked to so many different people and different things on defensible space. It's incredible to see the mindset of some people. I've had some people ask for a ticket. Oh, just give me a ticket, I'll pay the fine. Why am I don't want to write you, I'm not here to write you a ticket. I want you to save your house. I don't want you to lose your home. Exactly. So there are people out there that enjoy writing tickets. That was never my life. I didn't enjoy that. If I'm coming out to do a fire inspection, I want you to make the changes. I don't want to have to force you to go to legal and go through the courts and deal with that. So that may happen in a few years. It may be 10 years on the road. I don't know. But just look at it. Governments always want more money, and any way that they can make money, they will implement fast. So it is coming down the road. I can see it coming soon, because again, as there's a shortage of firemen, all the fire departments are short on funding. There is a problem with fire department funding and with firefighter shortages. So we really, as homeowners, property owners, and the community, need to come together and start preparing and being prepared to do the work and to be there for ourselves. Because all it takes is a couple fires during fire season, and there is not enough fire engines to go around in California. So there are a lot of risks, there are a lot of hazards, but more that we spend time with these meetings, the more you get to know your neighbors and be involved, build those relationships, be there to help each other, not just for emergencies such as a wildland fire, but maybe somebody fell and got hurt and now they need help with their animals, or you know what? Maybe somebody had a normal structure fire. Their house caught fire from their Christmas lights, and the community can come together, help them, help to take care of their animals, or help while they're rebuilding or whatever that may be. We need to build those relationships and to have that strength. So as I look around, there are some people here that are older up in years that aren't as easy to get around. The younger people in the neighborhood could help those people out, because you're going to still have evacuation issues. You still have animal issues. You still have land that has to be maintained and managed. And I see that a lot in our business is we have a lot of people that don't have the strength and have the ability to get out there and clear 10 acres. I can come in, do the heavy work with a big machine, and take out all the big stuff where you guys, as a neighborhood or as individuals, can maintain it. Could come back in with some training from Cordy and do some tri burning. Or I can take down some heavy stuff, you can leave it in piles, and the chipper program can come in and take care of it. There's all sorts of different avenues. A lot of this can be done with just chainsaws and manual labor. Some of the hardest workers on a fire line are hand crews. They don't have big machines, they don't have bulldozers, they don't have fire engines. They have hand tools and they have drip torches. And they will fight fire and they will do amazing work. So we don't need the big machines, we just need the workforce. And part of that defensible space I'd like to help see is that workforce come together and neighborhoods start coming together, work together like you guys are doing with Firewise. So that was a little bit of overview and my updated definition on defensible space, where I'm trying to really help people to see that it's just basically fire prevention. And I can answer specific questions on